How's it going, everybody? AZ Plow 21 back again with another episode of our UFC save here in WMMA 5. And here today, we have UFC on ESPN, JEDRZEJCZYK versus GADELHA 3. So in the main event, JOANNA JEDRZEJCZYK taking on CLAUDIA GADELHA. And this is a very important fight because the winner of this is fighting for the strawweight championship against our new champion in Carla Esparza. You can see the rest of the main card here, including that women's featherweight title eliminator between Felicia Spencer and Megan Anderson, Gilbert Burns, Anthony Martin, Rakic Kutalaba, Aspen Ladd versus Lena Landsberg, and then Rose versus Jessica Aguilar as well. Prelims are right there. Let's go ahead and get right to it. All of our emails are looked at. Everything else is taken care of. Also today, Invicta 64. Be sure to keep a little eye on this. Our fighters over in Invicta, very important, especially for the future of this company as we, progress. Obviously, these girls in Invicta are going to be brought up into our women's divisions, So Megan Colley taking on Orlena Desjarlais for the Bantamweight Championship. And it doesn't look like the winner of this is going to get a call-up, because 3-1 is not exactly a great record to be, getting a call-up on. But Colley, 3-fight winning streak, last winning over the number 4 fighter in the division. So she's riding a pretty big high. She's high-level regional already, Megan Colley. Good for her. She's taking on Orlena Desjarlais, who's coming off wins over Jan Finney and Nico Montano. And her only loss is to Lisa Versosa, who is in the UFC right now. So not a bad loss to have. Colley is the odds-on favorite to win. Rocky Pennington, Valerie Lareda, Callie Robbins, Anastasia Yankova. All, big names on that card. But we're here for JEDRZEJCZYK and GADELHA. The last time I would have seen you guys would have been for the booking stream, but our last show was UFC 261 McGregor versus Gillespie. If you missed that, Gregor Gillespie, our new lightweight champion, after beating Conor McGregor via TKO, and Piotr Jan, our new bantamweight champion, after beating Marlon Moraes in the first round. All right, enough talk. Let's get straight to the action. JEDRZEJCZYK versus GADELHA. Taking place in Poland. A lot of Polish fighters here on the card. None more important than JOANNA JEDRZEJCZYK. Let's go ahead and get this started. Our first fight is in the featherweight division. Gutowski has missed weight. He takes on Kenny Jordan. And Gutowski gets the win via armbar in round number 1, giving Kenny Jordan his first loss of his career. And he says he would like to face off Kazumasa Majima. Up next, Matt Fiordarosa taking on Dawid Krolik Smielowski. Smielowski 5-1, taking on Fiordarosa, who is 13-2. And Smielowski gets the TKO victory in round number 3. Polish-born fighter getting it done in his home country. Up next, Agnieszka Niedźwiedź taking on Priscilla Cachoeira. Niedźwiedź, big favorite at 10-2, taking on Cachoeira, who is 10-4. And Cachoeira actually gets a unanimous decision victory over Niedźwiedź. So that's tough on her. She's 0-2 already in the UFC, and she might get sent down. I mean, she's a good-looking, fighter, but 0-2, you got to get sent down to Invicta, get a little bit more seasoning in. Cachoeira improving to 11-4. Up next, Amiran Gogolaje taking on Timoteus Swiatek. Gogolaje 8-1 and gets an easy submission victory over Swiatek, who we are more than likely going to be letting go. He's already got a contract with M1 lined up. Good for him, because we are letting him go. Up next, Bartosz Fabinski taking on Abubakar Nurmagomedov. Big camp, that Nurmagomedov camp. 1-2 in the UFC, coming off a win over Muslim Salikov and then a loss to Eric Koch. And for Fabinski, he's got a 3-2 record in the UFC, last coming off a loss to Anthony Martin. And your winner in this prelim is Bartosz Fabinski. Unanimous decision victory, beats Nurmagomedov despite being the odds-on underdog. and he would like to face Sheldon Westcott next. Interesting call out in the welterweight division. And now we have a UFC debut as James Nakashima of One Championship takes on Philip Tomchak. Nakashima, 13-0, absolutely undefeated. Last with a big win over Yoshihiro Akiyama, beating Sexyama in One Championship. And only a slight, actually it's a pick'em between the two of these guys. Tomchak making his debut as well after 3 straight wins in Fen. So this is interesting. My pick is Nakashima, but who knows what's going to happen. And Nakashima does win. Unanimous decision, beating the Polish hometown fighter and staying undefeated at 14-0 now. Up next, John Phillips taking on another hometown fighter in Bartłomiej Gladkovic. Gladkovic is 5-1. Phillips is 22-10-1. A lot more experience under his belt, and that experience definitely wins out as he knocks out Gladkovic 33 seconds into round number 2. Julian, how's it going, my man? And he says he has a lot of respect for Gladkovic, praises his toughness. Next up, Adrian Bartosinski squaring off with Abu Gladiator Zaitar. Bartosinski, undefeated at 7-0, already with a win in the UFC. Came in 2 pounds overweight against Abu Zaitar. 1-1 in the UFC, coming off a loss to Torbjorn Madsen. And your winner via unanimous decision is Abu Zaitar, giving Bartosinski his first loss of his young career. All right, moving on. Marcin Prachnio taking on Roman Dolidze. Now, Dolidze just had a fight in real life, and he, dominated in that fight. 0-1 here in the UFC, but taking on Prachnio and his heavy favorite, and he loses. He gets knocked out in round number 1, 38 seconds, and Marcin Prachnio takes care of Roman Dolidze. So, Dolidze in real life is doing great, coming off a big win. But here in our save, he's 0-2, 2 straight losses. So we're going to have to cut him. So that's not good for Dolidze, but a big win for Prachnio, especially considering he was a big underdog. How's it going, TJ? Hope you're having a great day. All right, another prelim. The last prelim fight, 6'6", Kevin Sizaflarski taking on Jaris Man Mountain Danho. The Syrian, 5'2", 1-1. Sizaflarski, 7-2. And your winner is Jaris Danho, getting a big win here today, and probably a win that saves his job. Probably saved his job, to be honest. Did you see Aldana pulled out? Did Aldana pull out? All I know is that that fight's being moved. I'm not sure if they pulled out, but I know that the new main event for August 1st, which is literally like a week away, is Edmund Shabazian and Derek Brunson. Sizaflarski, 1-1 in the UFC now. Much needed win for him. Or he lost, actually, so Sizaflarski's probably gone. And then Danho says he would like to face off with Martin Bidet next. All right, first. Oh, Aldana tested positive. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, see, I did not know that. I hadn't checked up on my news recently. I went golfing earlier, so didn't get a chance to take a look at any of that. That sucks. But they'll definitely fight Holm and Aldana. Just a matter of when, to be honest. They're probably just going to wait for her to, get cleared up, and then once everything is copacetic, they'll book that fight once again, because that's a very, very good fight to make. A win over Holm for Aldana, she'll probably get a title shot, because I was there live for her win over Caitlin Vieira. It was weird, because Caitlin Vieira, she was at the time the #1 contender for the bantamweight championship, and taking on Aldana, everyone's like, I don't know, this girl's not very good, and then boom, she gets knocked out. Julian says, who do you have, Darren Till or Robert Till? Between one of the Tills, I'm sure that Till will win. Whether it's Darren or Robert, one of the Tills will win. I'm sure he means Robert Whittaker. I think Darren Till's still going to win. First main card fight for Young Jacek versus GADELHA. Gilbert Burns taking on Anthony Rocco Martin. Martin, number 25 in the division, coming off a loss to Warley Alves. And Gilbert Burns, 19-5, having a little bit of a rough go. Had a big win over Jeff Neal, and then lost to Michael Chiesa, and then lost to Rory McDonald. So some real killers he's been facing, but he's on a losing streak. And a big fight against Anthony Martin here for Gilbert Burns, which he wins via submission in round number 3. Big win for Durinho, who, in my opinion, should be fighting for the welterweight title next. It's only a matter of time before he gets his shot. Once he's clear of COVID, I'd imagine they'll make that fight as well. Up next, in the light heavyweight division, Ion Cutelaba taking on Alexander Rakic. Gluttony, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day. Ion, 6-4 in the UFC, coming off 2 straight wins over Alexachuk and Sam Alvey. Alexander Rakic, number 6 in the light heavyweight division, coming off win over Nikita Krylov, loss to Ryan Spann, and then a win over Johnny Walker. Odds-on favorite is Cutelaba, and your winner via unanimous decision is, in fact, Ion Cutelaba. Got a nice even 10 viewers in here. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday afternoon or evening or morning or Thursday morning if, some of you are across the pond. Everyone's invited to Cutelaba's after show party. Who's going to go party with Cutelaba? I'd rather party with Megan Anderson, as our next fight is for number 1 contendership of the women's featherweight title. It's the end of a tournament that I made, a little 8-woman tournament. And in the final, Felicia Phenom Spencer takes on Megan Anderson. It's a pick'em between the two of them. Felicia Spencer, of course, her only loss coming at the hands of Cyborg in this game. Currently, has 2 losses to her record in real life after losing to Amanda Nunes. Anderson, to get here, well, she lost to Spencer to begin with, and beat Sorensen, then beat Amanda Lemos. And Felicia Spencer coming off wins over Anderson, Ibragimova, and then Leah Letson. And your winner, and the new number 1 contender for the featherweight championship, is Megan Anderson. Huh. Okay. Wow. All right. Split decision, by the way. Your new number 1 contender for the featherweight championship. Well, new number 1 contender, because we already have a title fight booked. Jermaine Durandamy is actually going to be taking on Amanda Nunes for the featherweight championship. But right after that, Megan Anderson. Congratulations. The Thunder from Down Under, everyone's waifu, Anderson is your winner. Another big fight in the women's bantamweight division, Aspen Ladd taking on Elbow Queen Lena Landsberg. Landsberg almost seemingly always about to retire. 6-5 in the UFC, finds herself ranked number 5 in our division. Beat Nico Montano, lost to Sarah McMahon, and then beat Gina Mazzani. Aspen Ladd coming off win over Irene Aldana, lost to Amanda Nunes for the title, then got another big bounce back win over Caitlin Vieira. My guess is that Ladd is going to take it. Let's see what happens. Yes. TKO in round number 3. Aspen Ladd climbing right back up the rankings. Is that 3 straight wins? Or no, that's 2 straight wins. 2 straight wins right after losing for the title. She's probably just one win. She wants to fight Amanda Nunes. I mean, look, she wants that fight again. I don't know, because we have it down as the winner. Or no, we don't, because it's McMahon and then Pena. McMahon's fighting next, because it's probably her last fight. And then Pena, because she just beat Ronda. And she just beat Holly Holm, too. Co-main event of the evening, Thug Rose Namajunas taking on Jessica Aguilar. Aguilar, 38 years of age, coming off consecutive wins over Kovalkiewicz and then Virna Jandiroba. Very impressive wins for the 38-year-old Mexican. Thug Rose finding herself number 3 in the division. Kind of in a weird spot, she fought Zhang for the title, lost handily. quick bounce back win over Nina Ansaroff, and now facing Jessica Aguilar. Huge favorite is Thug Rose. Gluttony says Thug Rose. I would agree. 10-year age difference, and Thug Rose Namajunas gets it done in round number 1. Submission via rear naked choke. Rated as a great fight. You love to see it. Thug Rose back in the win column, improving to 11-5. And Aguilar has decided to retire. Okay. Everyone F's in the chat for Jessica Aguilar deciding to retire from the sport. Aspen has beaten Nunes and GDR on your save. That's awesome. Good for Aspen there. She lost to Nunes in this save for the title. Jessica Aguilar retiring at the age of 38. Not even going to bother trying to ask her to come back. 38 years of age, that seems about right for a women's fighter to retire. Now, to our main event of the evening, a title eliminator for the strawweight division. One of these two women will be facing Carla Esparza in the near future. She had the best fight the other night, in my opinion. Yeah, Thug Rose knows how to put on a good fight. Claudia Gadela taking on JOANNA JEDRZEJCZYK. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a huge JOANNA fan, so I'm kind of super duper in the tank for her, hoping she wins. Gadelia is a problem, though. Coming off a win over Felice Herrig, a loss to Carla Esparza, who is currently the champion, so that's a good-looking loss. And then beating Karate Hottie handily via unanimous decision, 30-27s across the board. She faces off JOANNA JEDRZEJCZYK, who, in my opinion, this is she has to be super stoked. This is like the best thing she could have hoped for. You know, Carla Esparza winning, beating Zhang Weili. She beat Angela Hill, beat Zhao Nanyan, lost to Tatiana Suarez, but she has a way better claim to the championship and to the title fight because she's already beaten Carla Esparza twice. Gluttony says Claudia. Okay. Our main event of the evening. Who is fighting for the strawweight championship? Let's find out. Mario Yamasaki, your referee. That's always scary. JEDRZEJCZYK is in front of a home crowd, remember. Early on in round number 1, lands a right head kick, not cook. JOANNA to retire after losing. Why do you have to be like that, Julian? Uh-oh. JEDRZEJCZYK pulls guard. Submission attempt. Looking for a leg lock opportunity. Oh, no! Ladies and gentlemen, your new number 1 contender for the strawweight championship is Claudia Gadelha. Whew, that hurts. That hurts as a JOANNA fan. But rules are rules, not necessarily rules, but hey, new number 1 contender, Claudia Gadelha, will be fighting Carla Esparza in the near future. And what is this Home Alone music? Give me 1 second. That's a little better. Alright, Claudia Gadelha praises her team at Nova União. Everyone's going to party with Claudia Gadelha. I'm sure the hometown fans in Poland are going absolutely insane. You know? Whew, alright. Not the best gate. It is what it is. Popularity unchanged. I doubt we made a lot of money. Oh, no, don't want to do that. You're on a roll on your calls? Are you talking about with your picks? Let's see. Let's give the Gilbert Burns fight of the night. And then as far as performance bonuses, we got a knockout in 38 seconds, so yeah. And then we got a submission in 1 minute. Submission in 2 minutes. Yeah, submission in 1 minute. Congratulations to Gutowski and Prochnio. And then our fight of the night, Gilbert Burns and Anthony Martin. We actually made $1 million on that show. I did not think we would make money. Huh, okay. How's it going, everybody? By the way, I'm AZPlow21 if you haven't already met me. Don't be afraid to leave a follow down below. I record a lot of WMMA 5 content, a little bit of UFC 3 stuff, even though I suck at the game, and some TEW. So glad you guys are joining on the stream. Hey, do you know how to make new weight divisions? Julian, I'm glad you asked that question because I know you've asked it on the YouTube comments section. So I'll show you right now, actually. Now, do you mean new weight divisions in, like, your own division? Or are you talking about, like, in Invicta, like in your child company? Wow, you need to get in this business. Are you talking about the fight business? You going to buy UFC 4? It's already pre-ordered. I plan on streaming it day one, you know, trying to get a little bit of that, you know, release day clout, you know what I mean? In your own company? Okay, that's easy. I'll show you. There's no water in my water bottle. Because you're making a UFC 2012 save. Okay, gotcha. And in 2012, they probably didn't have the flyweights. You know, they probably didn't have the women's straw weights, I imagine. Or for that matter, any of the women's divisions, really. Yeah, exactly. None of the women's divisions. Said this music is putting you to sleep. I can't really play any copyrighted music, so I gotta go off. I gotta go off of, you know, the non-copyright stuff that YouTube has. That money is way too enticing. It is. I mean, you make a lot of money, not as a fighter, but as a business part, you know? Almost deleted the male's bantamweight division. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's how you end up getting, you know, Dominic Cruz and, you know, Dillashaw and Mighty Mouse. Like, oh, yeah, you just cut him out of nowhere, you know? You don't want to do that. Had to rearrange the whole rankings. I wish that was a thing in this game, you know? I wish you could manually change the rankings. But then, like, you could mess with it too much. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wish that it was kind of in your control, but not really. It just seems kind of weird, because there are a couple weird, you know, ranking decisions that the game makes sometimes. Like a fighter who's coming off like a 3-fight losing streak and then gets a win, instantly jumps up like 10 spots sometimes. And it's like, what? Like, no, that shouldn't happen, you know? Like, it doesn't take into account like they've been on a big losing streak sometimes. Oh, you meant the Home Alone music, yeah. Listen, I love Christmas, one of my favorite holidays, but the music can be a bit boring sometimes. I want to be UFC God. I think that's out of the question. No way I'm going to be a god at that game by any means, but I'll probably just do a lot of career mode, you know? Probably get really deep into it. The only thing is, I don't know who, like, I'm going to make, you know, my character, you know? Like, my career mode character. I don't know who it's going to be. Again, as always, we'll go and update our rankings, take a look at our emails, see who we need to re-sign, and then we will go ahead and end this episode. I'm not going to be stopping my streaming, however. I don't know if I want to do the pay-per-view now. I don't know if I want to do that pay-per-view now. Got a couple viewers in here, though, so might not be out of the question. Leon Edwards, remember, is facing off against Izzy Adesanya for the middleweight title. Originally, it was going to be Darren Till, because they are in London. How long are you going to stream today? For a while. Not only on my PC, but I'm also going to be going over to my PS4, probably playing a little SpongeBob or something like that, you know, just a little palate cleanser. I'm telling you, I'm going to put up Christmas lights this week and then start a new year. I mean, that seems like a great idea. Just, you know, start the whole year over. Yeah, put the Christmas lights and just count the days and just pretend that, you know, this whole 2020 didn't happen. Let's see, TEW. I mean, that's not a bad idea either. 1 second here. Oh, right. GADELHA beats JOANNA. Let's see. Well, let's update our rankings first and foremost. Updating in 3, 2, 1. Nothing going on in the heavyweight division. Light heavyweight division, we had Kutalaba move up to number 12. Rakic moves down to number 11, despite having just lost to Kutalaba. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, too. Just like, he just lost him, and he's moving down the rankings anyways. You're telling me you can't just put Kutalaba up one spot? Like, and have Rakic be 12 and have Kutalaba be 11? Like, that doesn't make sense to me, really. Oh, well. Middleweight, there's nothing going on. At welterweight, Gilbert Burns moves up to number 13. Prezera is back in the rankings at 25. At lightweight, there is no movement. At featherweight, there is no movement. At bantamweight, there is no movements. Flyweight, no movement. At women's featherweight, a new number 1 contender, Megan Anderson. She will be fighting for the title, high-level regional. Popularity isn't all the way there, but, you know, it's better. At bantamweight, Lena Landsberg moves down to number 8. Aspen Ladd still the, number 1 contender, technically. I mean, GDR's facing Nunes already for the featherweight title. I mean, what's Holm doing? She just lost to Marion Renault. I mean, McMahon's definitely next for the title. Should we just do Pena next, or should we do Ladd versus Pena? She's already mid-level national, Juliana Pena. Holm versus Rousey, that's not a bad idea. But I think Rousey's gone for like 3 more months because she got knocked out. Yeah, she's gone for 3 more months. And then Holm. Holm's back in a couple weeks. So probably after this next pay-per-view or the next month. Gluttony says Ladd versus Pena. Because when are they fighting? June. When's Ladd good to go? A month's time. Pena. 48 days. Okay. Why isn't John Jones at heavyweight rankings? He's not in the heavyweight rankings because his quote-unquote weight class is light heavyweight. So he's not going to be in the quote-unquote heavyweight rankings even though he's the champion. You can't have it set to where they're in 2 weight divisions at a time. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird like that, but I don't know. No movement at women's flyweights. And, of course, at women's strawweight, we do have a number 1 contender in Claudia Gadela. She will be facing off with Carla Esparza at some point for the strawweight title. And Gadela is only 20 days away from being ready, so that fight can be made fairly soon. All right, take a look at our news here. Collie did win the title, and Rocky Pennington retired. She beat Marilyn Rosen at Invicta 64. She's 32 years old only, 11-10, the number 17 bantamweight in the world, and she retires. Let me see if she can come. Let me see if she'll come out of retirement. And no, she's done. All right, F's in the chat for Rocky Pennington. She's done as well. Okay. Randa Marcos says she's going to retire. "32 years old. Megan Anderson wins the tournament. She was shit anyways." Yeah, but I mean, like, she's kind of a big name. You know what I mean? Kaylin Hill contract status. No, thank you. 15-3. Strawweight, 5-4. You can most definitely fight in the flyweight divisions, surely. Nah. Let's see, anything else? No. Oh, Marcin Prokhnio leaves UFC. He's already got a new contract. He just won. Swiatek, we're fine with him leaving. Delije Time to get some new women. Believe me. Not just in this game, I'll tell you that. Jars Danho. He's coming off a win, so we'll give him another contract. Alexander Rakic coming off a loss. I mean, he's still ranked, so we'll give him another contract. John Phillips coming off a win. You have James Ellsworth in your WMMA save? Like the legit James Ellsworth? For what? Jessica Aguilar retired. At 38, I doubt she'll come back. Oh, she will. Okay. I mean, Aguilar is back, but Rocky Pennington's only 32, and she didn't want to come back. Callie Robbins beat Anastasia Yankova. Don't need you on the short list anymore. Congratulations on the win, by the way, James Nakashima. Callie Robbins. No, Yankova. Lost in her first Invicta fight. That's tough. ESPN needs to be redone. Alrighty. So the next time that I see you guys on YouTube will be for UFC 262, Adesanya versus Edwards. Main card is as follows: Michael Johnson taking on Kevin Lee in the lightweight division. Dominic Cruz taking on Montel Quick Jackson in the bantamweight division. Diego Sanchez taking on Matt Brown. Dustin Poirier taking on Jeremy Stevens in the lightweight division. Jeremy Stevens making a bump up. And then for the middleweight... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I saw the weight class and I was like, what the F is going on? Okay. Okay. Israel Adesanya, the world champion, will be defending his middleweight title against Leon Rocky Edwards. Yeah. I nearly made Adesanya had to cut down to 170. That would not have been pretty. So Leon able to, fight for the middleweight title. Coming off 2 straight wins over Gunnar Nelson and then, of course, Jorge Masvidal. So coming off a big win there. Still only high-level regional in America, but low-level national in the British Isles. That paired with his Masvidal win, kind of makes sense to give him the nod here, considering Darren Till got injured, so he couldn't fight. So, bring in another, English fighter to kind of make up for it. All right. I'm AZCloud21. Thank you for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on my Twitch channel. Link is down in the description below. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you at UFC 262, Adesanya versus Edwards.